Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Grand Theft Maniac. Here are huge changes coming to GTA 6. Number 6, a strong single-player campaign. Grand Theft Auto Online is a license to print money, even now. I'm convinced that it's most of why GTA 5 hasn't left the top 10 in NPD's video game sales charts for the last 7 years. My first point of concern is that Rockstar would take all the wrong lessons away from both GTA and Red Dead Online, and make the next game in either or both franchises into a primarily or strictly multiplayer experience. While I'd be shocked if there wasn't an online mode in the next Grand Theft Auto, with or without alien invasions, my hope is that it'd be an add-on for the single player rather than an outright substitution. Number 5, embrace the fun. There was a version of this list where I got all the way to my second item before I realized I was describing a dream plan for the next generation Saints Row. GTA could actually learn a lot from that franchise, even if SR did start as a shameless GTA clone. There is a certain deliberate embrace of monotony in the basic Rockstar formula that's never quite set right with me, and which Saints Row seems to deliberately avoid. Rockstar loves to put in a lot of simulated everyday tasks to make its worlds feel lived in and genuine, like long drives or dull minigames, but Saints Row pitches much of that out the window in favor of making all of its fun immediately accessible. GTA 5 has a good first mission, but then you end up hip-deep in busy work, like yoga minigames, and the less said about the first 3 hours of Red Dead Redemption 2, the better. That isn't to say that GTA 6 could start with you playing as a president of space or something. I do want to see that now that I'm thinking about it. Set an equality on Deimos and call it Grand Theft Auto Mars Rover, but probably not in a mainline series entry. A GTA game where you aren't initially some kind of low-tier criminal scumbag in a relatively mundane world is more of a departure from the series' core identity than I ever want to see. What it could stand to do, however, is accelerate past all that boring mundanity as quickly as possible. Number 4, a narrower focus. One of the major takeaways of the April 15th Kotaku article is that Rockstar has at least thought of making the next GTA as a relatively small game at launch, and then building it out over the course of regular updates to the kind of massive game world that you saw in GTA 5. The idea is to cut down on development time and creative stress by making the final product a little more modular. It's a decent plan, but what I'd like to see more than that is a smaller and more populated world. GTA 5 has an enormous amount of in-game space, but most of it's empty at any given time. A typical player is going to see most of it once, then fast travel past it for the rest of the game. The best case scenario is that all that carefully rendered roadside scenery will be a high-speed blur during a car chase. Number 3, a protagonist you can root for. More Nico, CJ, and Franklin, less Michael and Trevor. If we're going to spend a couple of hundred hours in someone's shoes, it's always great when you can stand in them, and 2 out of the 3 GTA 5 protagonists are people that you wouldn't want to be seated next to at a diner. While Trevor in particular is often funny, that's not enough to hang an entire protagonist on. GTA is at its best when its viewpoint character may be a monster, but one that you can empathize with and understand. Number 2, subtler parody. Dan Houser has his strengths as a writer, but when he goes for satire, particularly in GTA, he wields it like a sledgehammer. That isn't to say that it isn't funny or effective, but it never fails to take me out of the game. Every commercial, billboard, ad, and product in GTA 5 is winking at the camera so hard it might sprain something. Like a background gag in a Mel Brooks movie, whether it's Sprunk, Bleeder, Life Invader, or Taco Bomb, most of the businesses in GTA's warped version of Americana are explicitly busting on themselves in their own ad copy. It's like they're all trying to sell products via reverse psychology by claiming how dumb they are to their own prospective customers. Vangelical always sprung out at me in particular here as a jewelry store that explicitly advertises that it sells blood diamonds and has the tagline, replacing charm since 1852. Number 1, bring back GTA 4 physics. There are a lot of little things that GTA 5 does better than GTA 4. And with the additional horsepower of next generation systems, the time's right to bring some of them back. While GTA 4 has some of the most hilariously exaggerated crash physics in video games, you haven't seen a GTA bike crash until you've seen Nico fly through the air for several hundred yards. The cars all have much more of a sense of weight and heft than GTA 5's. They feel like they're actually heavy objects. In GTA 5, the cops are notoriously aggro, prone to answering routine traffic violations with sustained bursts of gunfire. In GTA 4, they're programmed to be more reasonable at first until you give them a reason not to be. Pedestrians also have more of a sense of self-preservation in GTA 4 and tend to be calmer at first. It's really more of a testament to how much bigger and louder GTA 5 is than GTA 4. Everything, except the ragdoll physics, is louder, more extreme, and more over the top. From NPC attitudes to car crashes to cops' reactions. Much like the game's approach to satire, it'd be more effective if it was dialed back a notch. If you had GTA 5's ragdoll physics coupled with GTA 4's calmer NPCs and more solid-feeling cars, you'd strike a happy medium for those moments when you're just out looking to cause some trouble. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.